Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you guys another one of my Cardfight Vanguard collection videos. In this video, I will be showing you all my Extra Booster Cardfight Vanguard collection. I've been an avid collector of all the Cardfight Vanguard sets, collected a good amount of them throughout the years, and I want to show you each individually some of the collections. I've already shown some of my BT collections in earlier videos. Might actually get around to re-showing some of those collections since it has been a while. But I thought for this video I'd show you all my Extra Booster collection, one of the few sets that I have been collecting. I've got most of the Extra Booster sets up to date and collected, but I thought I'd show sets EB01 through EB09. Those are my more complete sets, and they are some of the older sets as well. So for some of you who want to see these sets, definitely a thrill. So let's go ahead and go through them. With Extra Booster 1, we were given basically the first taste to a lot of clans in this set. We had 2 triple rares, including Perfect Riser and Dueling Dragon Zombaku in this set, and also 5 double rares, which on today's standards aren't the best double rares around. I think Stag Beetle was pretty stable for a good while, and you know, people did use high-powered Riser Custom in a lot of Riser decks, but other than that, there wasn't too much to write home about as to hollows in this set. I know that Cat Butler was in this set, and he did have some potential with the Riser deck as well. Same with Bellicosity Dragon for Kagero. Xenon was also available in SP. I know this card isn't too difficult to come around the SP, so I would like to maybe pick up one for the collection. But for these collections, I mostly try just to grab, you know, just original set ones. Some of the SPs come along to the collection later on. But it was a really, you know, well-rounded set where, you know, every clan got something. A little bit of everything. Not every specific clan, but Spike Brothers, Mega Colony, Kagero, a few good ones. On to Extra Booster 2. And for those of you that aren't familiar, we actually did not get these sets in order. The actual first set we received was Extra Booster 3, Cavalry of Black Steel, and then we got the Diva set, which I think is Diva's Duet, and then we got Extra Booster 1. So the set order actually went 3, 2, 1, and then we started going in the proper order. So it was very strange. I think they were trying to keep up just with a little bit of Japan's meta when the game first came out. But for the second set, we got Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle first came out in BT02. We got 4 cards in that set, and then full-on support in the Extra Booster set. With this set, we were given a pretty good amount of cards. Some of them including the 2 triple rares, which is the pattern they kept for these sets. Riviere and Pacifica, and then a couple double rares as well. I actually have 1 SP in this set, which is Girls Rock Rio. It's kind of like the first leg art they gave for Vanguard as well with these cards, which I thought was pretty cool. But the same pattern, 5 double rares as well. We also got the Ellie Perfect Guard, so made for a full complete Bermuda deck when you went for this set. A couple grade 3 rares as well. But all in all, a lot of generic support. I know we had the Riviere Ride Chain first introduced in this set as well, but like also Reindeer, which later became a deck of her own. So it was the starting set for a lot of different potential clans in the set as a whole. Plus a couple reprints as well, like the Blazer Idols. It was definitely a good start for a lot of Bermuda fans out there. And then moving on to the first Extra Booster set, like I stated before, that we actually received, we have the Cavalry of Black Steel. Now what I liked about these earlier sets as well is they had that foil pattern that you can see that some of the Vanguard cards have, where it shows like that shimmer in the background. Well, the first 2 previous sets that I showed beforehand, they stopped doing that and they just gave normal shine to the double rares. I would have loved if they kept that pattern. It makes double rares look so much cooler, in my opinion. But they still kept the pattern for hollows in this set. 2 triples and 5 doubles, but this set was a lot more diverse than the Bermuda one, obviously, and I think it might have been a little more diverse than the first set as well, if they kept to the specifics. But what they did in this set was they gave Limit Break to a couple decks that didn't have it, like Royal Paladins, Shadow Paladins, Kagero. Spike Brothers got some Limit Break. Spike Brothers actually got a lot of support, now that I think about it, from this set alone. You can see they had a good amount. Same with Mega Colony. We got the Vortimer Ride Chain with Spectral Duke in this set. And around this time, Kagero and Royal Paladins were not actually getting support in any packs, so it was pretty cool to see those clans, especially if you were a fan, get some support out of their, old support from the first 5 boosters, my mistake, in these sets. Definitely a treat. And they also expanded this booster pack to include some promo cards as well. I think Mirubiru was one of them. I know they didn't originally include any Oracle Think Tank in this set, but I think those were some of the cards that they also included for extra cards, included for the English booster set, as you can see with those cards that we received. Moving on to Extra Booster 4. I do not remember the exact name of this set. It is the first set that we have received pure support for, not including Bermuda Triangle, and it was a theme that they would later stick onward with these kind of sets. Instead of giving support to everything, they just basically stuck to one clan and then just went with it. And this one we had Nova Grappler. I want to say Infinite Cavalry, because Cavalry of Black Steel. Infinite Arsenal or something. It will hit me, and I will obviously look it up after the video and know the answer. But we got Perfect Riser again in this set, which was pretty crazy because we got an alternate art compared to the last one in this set. And we also got more Death Army support. It was made so you can have a fully functional Death Army deck. We also got reprints, which is what they started doing in a lot of these sets as well, which I thought was really cool for cards that needed it at the time. We got Beast Deity, Azure Dragon, Magician Girl Kirara, High Powered Riser Custom, and Twin Blader, all reprinted. So for the Nova Grappler players that couldn't really or weren't around for BTO2 and needed an easier way to grab the cards, this was definitely the set to invest in. You can see they reprinted a lot of cards like Brutal Jack, Street Bouncer, which was originally a double rare, Mr. Invincible, now made common. You name it, the works. A lot of it was just getting that second treatment in this pack. And like I said, risers, everything was fair game. I think the main focus was the Death Army support, but with this booster pack, you could literally, create your own deck to go with. And then moving right along, we had this set, which I think is Celestial Valkyries. I might be wrong. These two sets were always the hardest ones to remember the name for. Either they were very long or, just been so long since they last came out. But these two packs actually came out at the same time, the Oracle Think Tank and the Nova Grappler ones. They were available in the same kit as well, so you could either pick this or the Nova Grappler one from the sneak peek. The big one for the OTT extra booster was the Battle Sister support we received. You can also see we got some pretty awesome reprints in these sets as well, including Scarlet Witch Coco and CEO Matarasu, including new cards for the Battle Sister deck, making it a full-on scale deck. Also reprints in Silent Tom with an alternate art. Cards that I think were later reprinted in later sets, made double rare for holo status. And also a reprint, just like Twin Blader in this set, of Battle Sister Chocolate, making it easier for people who wanted to play the deck to get perfect guards. You can see a lot of stuff was also downgraded in rarity for this set for people who wanted to just have easier access for the cards. But you can see Apollon, the Battle Sisters, were all given the reprinted status, making it another viable, easier deck to make. For those of you that didn't want to get the trial decks, who want to get boxes, maybe get some of the better stuff, this was the way to go. Plus they gave us, I think, 4 Battle Sister crits, making that a full-fledged deck as well. I don't think we got Death Army crits and triggers and all that in the Nova Grappler set, because I looked back and I saw Wallboy, and I don't think we have since gotten that support. So Battle Sisters was definitely the more favored of the decks. Moving right along, we have the Dazzling Diva set, which gave us Prism support, more Bermuda support since Diva's Duet. We got Pacifica support, not full on for the clan, but more grade 3s. An Ellie reprint with alternate art made for the Perfect Guard status. You can see that this pack made more influence and power for the Bermuda decks. This set, Dazzling Divas, was also the first taste of Limit Break that we received in the TCG. So for people that wanted to do break rides, not Limit Break, we had Limit Break way before this set came out, but what I meant was for break rides. So if you wanted to try out break rides, this was the first clan that we got the break ride status for, which was very cool. Plus, playable decks, so you didn't have to stick with just Riviera or generic Bermuda. You can go with Coral, Prisms, you name it with this set. Made for a lot more diversity with these cards. And then after that, set 7, one thing they did with the Limit Break era, with the Link Joker arc, they didn't really focus too much on OTT. They kind of replaced it with Genesis. So Mystical Magus was the extra booster in which they gave out more support for Oracle Think Tank, including new Battle Sister support, which made the deck a lot more viable. They gave out Magus support, which was a very powerful deck at the time, able to check the top cards of the deck. And there were a lot of old reprinted cards as well that got the downgrade status, like Imperial Daughter from the first extra booster, now downgraded to a rare. Same with Uriel, which was a card from the set 5 reprinted. You can see a lot of new cards as well. They reprinted Lulu, easier to get from set 7. A couple other Battle Sister cards like Tart were reprinted in this set. And they mostly focused on the Battle Sister and the Magus support in this set. Just adding more support to both of those decks to be used. And I think this was actually like the 3rd or 4th time that Lozenji Mages was actually reprinted as well, including trial decks and extra booster packs. And then coming out, we have set 8, which introduced more Nova Grappler support. This set actually came out the exact same time as Extra Booster 9, but instead of having an Oracle Think Tank deck release with this one, they had a Kagero deck. Support. So the biggest thing with this pack is that they actually made mistakes when this booster set came out, in which people would receive Kagero cards from their Nova Grappler packs. So if you accidentally did that, you were a little upset, because obviously going for these packs you wanted the Nova Grappler support, but they made Blouse a full-on deck with this set, and also gave Ashura Kaiser more support, which made a lot of fans happy. They even reprinted cards like Ashura Kaiser and Stern Block Luger in this pack to make those cards more easy for people to get. And this was quite an expensive pack as well, because Galaxy Block Luger and Mon Block Luger held prices for a good while, and I think they still do today with these cards. And you also were given a new Perfect Guard with Blau Dunkelheit for the Blau deck. And just a lot more generic support for those cards too, like Jupiter Block Luger. It actually make the deck quite viable. Morgenrot, all these cards were just such an easy add-on to make the deck very playable. Ashura Kaiser was popular with this set, but I do think that more people went for the Blaus with this pack. And the one pattern that a lot of these packs kept is the 35 cards, which later changed with the clan boosters and the character boosters giving 70 cards. But 35 count was the standard for these packs. And lastly, Extra Booster 9 was given Kagero support. This was support that was mostly used in the manga. And with it we got Nouvelle Vague, which was the first playable grade 4 that didn't have an expiration date to use in decks. Still viable, it's not as much viable, but more legal to use in the decks today. And we also were given an original Dragonic Overlord art reprint in this set. Most of the support in this set focused around using Nouvelle in the deck as well as your grade 4, but a lot of generic Kagero support as well. This is the one blank space I'm actually missing. I'm not missing it, it's just out of the binder. It's Nouvelle Rumon, which is basically the Stride fodder card, the Search Out Nouvelle. I have the playset in my deck and just never got around to getting it. I do have the card just in a deck, like I stated, but this deck pack wasn't as popular as the Nova Grappler set, mostly because not a lot of the support from this set is still usable today, like the Nova Grappler set. It's more of, old generic stuff that we had from the first trial deck, which kind of upset me because, we didn't get anything new to use in this pack like as much as the Nova Grappler pack did. Even some of the triggers that we received, I think we did not get any new ones in this set. They were all just old reprints re-put into this. Nonetheless, the extra boosters have been a very big help for a lot of us on our Vanguard careers. They gave us access to our favorite decks much easier, and there are a lot more extra boosters to go through, which we will obviously be doing in another video to not make this video so long. And we have so many more, including the character boosters, which I'm obviously probably going to go through in those videos as well, to make it just as long and well detailed as this video. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment down below what your favorite extra booster is. And until next time, Kira Qualia out.